Welcome to CyberTalk, wherein we talk about the life and how it is to be a cyberbacker working from home. CyberTalk is powered by Cyberbacker, the leading provider of world-class admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our official website, www.cyberbacker.com, for more details.
All right, so good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to a few of our people watching, listening on Spotify, and watching our video, of course. Now, again, this is Cyber Talk. By the way, my name is Gelo. I'm the host of this podcast. We have here one of our, of course, most prized clients, and of course, her Cyberbacker. We have Beth and Jaysa here today. How are you guys doing today, ladies?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's good. How about you, Jaysa?
I'm doing good.
Did I say that right, Jaysa?
Yes.
All right, that's good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be sharing, of course, your experiences with Cyberbacker, how it is, how positive, what's changed, of course, since you had your own Cyberbacker, and of course, how your life has changed as well, Jaysa, when you started working with Beth, okay? So if you don't mind me asking, how long have you ladies been working together?
We started right at the first of the year. I think Jaysa went through training in December, and we kind of kicked off 2021 in this new partnership.
All right, that's good. So how's it so far, Jaysa, on your end, working with Beth?
I just feel like it's kind of a different thing for me because, my previous work is really, really different from what I'm doing right now. But, it feels like it's really fulfilling in my part. Mm-hmm. And Beth is really an amazing boss.
There we go. An excellent partner. How about you, Beth? How is it going so far? You started 2021 with a Cyberbacker. What's the difference from last year?
Yeah, it has been tremendous. I had a part-time assistant prior to engaging with Cyberbacker, and that was a person that was locally here. And she worked roughly 10 to 15 hours a week for me and helped a lot with transaction coordination and some marketing as well. And when Jaysa came on board, obviously we're still learning each other's business style and Jaysa's learning about the real estate industry.
Yes.
But it has been tremendous to have full-time help and I am doing so much more in the realm of social media and the efficiency of my business than I was ever doing before.
Okay, so more efficient before, comparing it to when you didn't have a Cyberbacker, right? More efficient.
Correct. More efficient now. Yeah, much more.
All right, that's good. That's good. So let's go to the nitty gritty. Let me ask you, Beth, how do you effectively delegate the tasks to your Cyberbacker, to Jaysa? Of course, making sure that it's not too much or overwhelming for her.
Well, we meet every morning via Zoom. I'm really thankful that Jaysa works my hours.
Of course.
So she tells me good morning, and I know it's not morning for her, but I really appreciate that. And in that morning meeting, we kind of go over what is on the docket. And real estate, I would love to say that we are consistently working on X number of transactions at any given moment. But the reality of it is sometimes we're not working on any transactions, and sometimes we're working on 8. Ooh. So there are many different aspects that we have to manage. So are we going to be heavily focused on the marketing side today and with the things that we need to do? Or are we heavily focused? We got 2 properties under contract in the past 24 hours. And so the transaction coordination piece comes in really heavy there. So it's basically looking at what we've got in the business and deciding where the focus is. And Jaysa has done a phenomenal job creating checklists for different things within the business in the way of listing checklists, buyer checklists, social media checklists, events checklists, and things of that nature to just keep us on track.
So it's very, very important. And so you mentioned something earlier. Jaysa sends you a message, let's say a good morning, right? So before you started with the Cyberbacker, were you aware of the time difference?
Yes. I have traveled not to that side of the world, but traveled to certainly Europe but also Africa and spent time there.
Oh.
And so I understand, pretty much the 12-hour difference. I think
Yes.
it's 11 with the Philippines. And so I knew it was going to be that way. I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to flush out, but it has worked perfectly for me. And I really appreciate her adjusting her schedule to accommodate that.
Of course, of course. So Jaysa, is this your first time working? Let's say here in the Philippines, of course, it's nighttime, right? It's already, on my clock here, it's already 5 in the morning, 5:30. So how are you working? How is it working at night? Or are you used to it anyway?
I also worked in a call center company before,
Oh.
so I'm kind of used to it. So yeah, but
No
that
problem.
time I stopped because it's kind of difficult because you are in one production area and but here it's kind of different because I'm working at home and I'm working independently here. So I think it's much better compared before.
All right, that's good. So let me ask you, Beth mentioned earlier that you have these Zoom meetings during the morning. What other modes of communication and how often do you communicate with Beth?
We use email and text message.
Oh, emails and text messages. Okay. Now, this is a question, of course, for the both of you. Let me ask you first, Beth. How do you recognize the worth, of course, of the work that your Cyberbacker's done, Jaysa has done?
One word, and it's a word we use a lot in our business, and that's called leverage.
Oh,
So I'll give you just a quick example. My coach asked me for a spreadsheet to help me better understand my numbers and where my business was going. And it's just been super busy. And I said to him, oh, wait, I think Jaysa can handle that. And he's like, absolutely. You need to delegate to her what she's skilled at doing, and you need to do what you're skilled at doing. So my coach has really helped me to I don't want to say take advantage, but maximize.
There we go.
The partnership that I have with Jaysa so that she's doing the things that she is good at. And I'm not doing those things because I'm terrible at them. and that I focus on the things that I'm good at.
Right,
so leverage has been key.
Leverage has been key. I love that. So Jaysa, how about you? I know that is this your first time working as Cyberbacker or an assistant for someone, right? So
Yes.
Was there any tough situation that hindered you from performing well? Of course. Can you tell us more about that if there was any?
To be honest, I cannot think of anything that made me, struggle in my work because I always try to connect with other cyberbackers if I have some questions. And Beth is really, really knowledgeable when it comes to transaction. And that is the job that I'm still trying to adjust because it's still new. But Beth was able to, give me a lot of information about different documents. And I know that I'm already adjusting well. So
All right.
I really can't say anything about it.
That's good. But the way I see it is you and Beth really have this very, very strong relationship, even if it's just been for 4 months. It's really nice. Now, in reality, there's always highs and lows, right, Beth? How do you handle these tough situations, if there were any, with Jaysa?
So my philosophy in anything is to fail fast. And so this is all, she's learning basically a whole new language.
Yes.
This real estate business. And there are obviously certain nuances of our languages that are different. And so those are the types of things that we work through. And it's, I think what has helped us is she's done great with different designs or sending emails for me, but she'll send them over and say, hey, does this look okay? Are there any changes or whatever? And we're able to talk through those things. And piggybacking on the fail fast,
Yes.
we learn more from our mistakes than we ever learn from our successes. So
Yes, that's
it
true.
doesn't stress me out. We are all human. And if a situation arises, we would just deal with it.
Okay, that's true. Of course, what you said earlier is something that we believe as well. Fail fast. Of course, you don't really learn a lot. You would learn a few things from your wins, your successes, right? But of course, from your failures, these are the things where you would really learn the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned more from the listings that I have lost,
Mhm.
and than I have from the listings that I have gained. So
There we go. A very good example. So, talking about Jaysa, were you micromanaged or macromanaged by Beth? And how did she help you out as well?
I think she's macromanaging me. She's letting me do my work, and of course, with that, I was able to be more productive. And she's also being more productive because she's letting me do my job. And the only thing is that we always have
Mm-hmm.
to. I always have to like send out emails to her so that she can approve my work or if she thinks that it's okay. So I think it's a great thing that she's letting me do my job in my own face.
Yeah, that's good. Open communication is very, very nice. That
it
is,
is.
mhm.
If I could just add,
Of
Gelo,
course, of
that
course.
in working in partnership with an assistant, it takes and because actually worked as an assistant
Mhm.
many years ago, it takes a while to learn the voice
Yes,
of the person that you're
that's
working
true.
for. And so if you were to ask that same question probably a year from now, I would say, oh, Jaysa sends emails for me all the time and she sounds just like me. So
Oh.
that's a process that we're working through.
Of course, maybe in the year or the next few months, that might happen, right? You never know. So, let me ask you, ladies, what are three things that you like best working with each other? How about you first, Beth?
I love that Jaysa has a great attitude, number one. She is always happy and smiling and greets me in the morning with a text very early, and which is fine because I'm up very early, but it's just very pleasant, and I enjoy that. She is also very proactive.
Mm-hmm.
In anticipating what the needs might be, or if there are any needs. So to say, what about this? What about that? Do you need to follow up on this? Do you need to follow up on that? Which is things that get lost in my
Yes.
email box. She's able to help me find. So that's wonderful. And then probably really key is her willingness to learn and go find the resources that are going to help her do her job better. So whether it's consulting with other cyberbackers or her trainer or YouTube videos, which is, especially in Keller Williams, we have a ton of resources from different tech people in our company and marketers within our company that have provided great information. So she knows how to go find the answers when we have a situation, which is great.
That's perfect. That's great. Now, just to let you know, there is a huge difference between having that virtual assistant and, of course, a cyberbacker, right? There's a huge, huge difference. All right. So, Jaysa, how about you? Three things that you love about working with Beth.
These things I can say are not the experiences that I experienced before in my previous job. I can totally say it. But with Beth, I think she's a very considerate person. Whenever I'm making like minor mistakes, she lets me, learn from it. And she's she's a very transparent person, which I really like most about a person, because whenever I made a design or a post and then I will send it to her, she will immediately tell me what needs to be removed and what's needed to be added to that. So, I'm not like lost whenever I'm doing something. And lastly is she's a great business partner. I can say that because, she's very enthusiastic whenever we are having a call. She really makes time for me to go over the task that I needed to do for that day. So yeah.
Yes, I agree. Time is very, very important. Again, because it's going to be a two-way street. It's going to be from you, Jaysa, and from Beth for this relationship to work, of course. Right? It's like a marriage, something like that. All right. So, Beth, I have one more question. In your opinion, what is the main key to successful and harmonious relationship with Jaysa, aside from, of course, giving her the time and communication?
Well, I would definitely say communication is the key, and that willingness, the trust that begins to develop between two people. So, I have a question, and I'm okay with asking that question, and so that level of trust is growing. And just as I related earlier, as she begins to learn my voice earlier, then the trust grows as she begins to anticipate my moves and anticipate what's happening in our business and sees where it's going. Then she comes with ideas on ways that we can change and improve. And so bottom line is trust.
Yes, trust is very, very important. And which is something that you would build through the months, the days that you start working with each other, right?
Precisely.
Now, Jaysa, how about you? What's the best experience that you've had with Beth so far to make you want to excel more? Be better than what you were yesterday, let's say, or before you started working with her?
Of course, every day is a great experience with her. Every day I learn new things. But for me, one of the best experiences that I've had with Beth is whenever I was able to help her in an event and to close a contract. So with that, I learned something from it, and I always have my checklist. I always have my notebook, and I always put the things that I have to do the next time whenever I made a mistake or whenever I forgot something about this previous event, so I have to do this the next time. So I think with that I will be able to implement greater result for her, and we can hit our goals together.
Of course, or even go over them for the year and the coming years to come, right? All right. So ladies, let's say that's the end of the serious part of the interview. Okay. So we have this, what we call a rapid fire question round. I believe you're familiar with our rapid fire interviews, right, Beth, during the process of finding someone?
Yeah.
And Jaysa, you have been through this before, right? Yeah. I will be firing a few questions here and there. Just have to answer as quickly as you can. And let's see where your answers would match, okay? Just to see. You ladies ready?
Yes.
Ready.
All right. First question. Gold or silver jewelry?
Gold.
For us personally, or for the other person?
Personally. Just personally.
Silver.
How about you, Jaysa?
Gold.
Okay, there's a difference there. Burgers or hot dogs?
Burgers.
There. Okay, there we have 1 point for you ladies. Next, McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Yeah, I'd have to go McDonald's.
There we go. 2 out of 3. Pasta or pizza?
Kind of difficult.
Yeah, that is hard. I'm going to say pizza.
Pizza. How about you, Jaysa?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Pizza. Okay, 3 for 4. That's good. Dogs or cats?
Ooh, dogs all day.
Dogs. Good. Okay, that's good. Next, podcast or book?
Book.
Podcast. There we go. Okay.
That's a function of our ages, I think.
Yes, maybe. Of course, maybe. So, next one. Movie theater or Netflix?
Ooh, theater.
Netflix.
Okay, another difference there. Again, maybe the gap, of course. Last one. If you had a superpower, would you want to read minds or see the future?
I don't like to see the future, so
read minds. Okay.
I also don't like I like surprises.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think I'd rather see the future because sometimes I don't know that I want to know what people are thinking.
Oh yeah, because once you walk into a crowd, then probably never know, right? How about you, Jaysa? Still haven't had your answer.
Oh, yeah.
See the future is much better than
See the
you know,
future,
reading
being
other
mine.
minds.
Same again there. I think you had like six or seven answers that were the same. Great job, ladies. Okay.
Those are tough questions.
I know. So, one more. I lied. This is my last question. So, are you guys familiar with the word Donald ducking? Donald ducking.
I live in Orlando, so I know Donald Duck.
Okay. Yes, of course, Disney. How about you, Jace? Are you familiar with the word Donald ducking?
No.
No. All right. Let me explain the concept. So, Donald ducking is, for example, especially during the pandemic, we really have to look formal, and usually we live through Zoom, video calls, things like that, right? Very formal up top, but wearing, let's say, your pajamas, or let's say just shorts in the bottom. So my question is, do you ladies do Donald ducking?
I don't, because if I don't get all the way ready, it just doesn't work for me.
All right, there we go. Beth doesn't do Donald ducking. How about you, Jaysa? Do you do Donald ducking?
Yeah.
There we go. So it's a yes for Jaysa. Ladies, thank you very much for being game for our podcast today. And of course, for our rapid fire questions. Now,
Sure.
One more thing. Is there anything that you would like to say to our listeners before we end the episode today?
I just want to stress the great experience that I have had with Cyberbacker from the beginning interview process, even just calling to get information, and how grateful I am to have Jaysa on my team. It has been a phenomenal experience, and I have recommended Cyberbacker to several of the other agents in my office and encouraged them to get in touch with you guys, because it has been an overwhelmingly positive experience for me.
We really, really appreciate your business, Beth. How about you, Jaysa? Anything that you'd like to share with, of course, our fellow, the people who would want to be part of the Cyberbacker family?
I think Cyberbacker has been doing a great job with, you know, its employees, its cyberbackers, and the clients. And this has been the greatest job that I've been working on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really can say that. Before, you know, a lot of people, I'm working with a lot of people, but not everyone will appreciate me. But here, I was appreciated, and you know, a lot of people are helping me with my job. Before, I have to, you know, get all the resources, or have to get all the answers by myself. But right now, there are my colleagues who will help me with my job. And Beth has been she has been a great client, and she has been a great boss for me. So I just hope that people will appreciate Cyberbacker more, because, you know, just try it, and I know that you will learn a lot from this job, and you will succeed.
Of course. Again, success going to be between you and your client. Of course, you also have your own goals that you have to reach, right? So ladies, I know that we are very busy nowadays. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us. And to all of our listeners, if you'd like to be part of the Cyberbacker family, please check on the links that we will be including on this podcast. All right. So ladies, again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Gelo.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our weekly episode of Cyber Talk. Tune in again next week for a brand new episode. Visit our official website, www.cyberbacker.com, and don't forget to like Cyberbacker on Facebook and Instagram. I'll see you again next week, and don't forget, make life bigger with Cyberbacker. Till next time.